still in place, algorithms still in action. As a school.
So Injury Reserve have dropped their technically second studio album after their self-titled back in 2019. This new project is called By the Time I Get to Phoenix, and of course this is the first release since the unfortunate passing of Groggs last year. They've released 2 singles so far from this, which is Superman That and Knees, both of which I've heard and both of which I really enjoyed, particularly Knees. Me knowing the way Injury Reserve go about their music, I don't think this is going to be a particularly very fun, high energy reaction. I know that their music is extremely intense and emotional, abrasive, experimental. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I thought their last few projects have been so fire, and it's going to be really interesting to see how they incorporate Groggs into this and how they honor his memory. Okay, so track 1 is Outside.
With it, yeah. It's me. Walk with it, yeah. Look like this is back. Oh, yeah. In the middle, you want to see who we have?
I don't know what it is about this instrumental already, but it's making me feel really uneasy. But I think that's the point.
Some things, it's just some things that ain't right.
This production is like just something. It reminds me of like it's not even like hip hop production. It's like soundscaping, sound engineering. It's so textured and detailed. You know what, this piece towards the end is literally like reminding me of the album cover. It's murky, there's something slightly off about it, it's beautiful, and it's like you're not even on Earth. It's like you're floating in this next dimension. I mean, that's such a striking opening to an album. I think it's set the mood perfectly for what is to come. So track 2 is Superman That, which is one of the singles that dropped already, which I have heard. So we're going to go on to the next one, which is SS San Francisco with Zelooperz. Oh, there's going to be a punk tune.
What if I don't want to stay? Because it's going through it. Scared to have some kids because the world be going through it.
So this is Zelooperz. And he said something that I think is quite striking. He said, "Reason for insanity, I ain't got one to use it. Know my body mad at me because it's going through it." I think that must be some allusion to mental health struggle or depression that can manifest in physical things. So he literally feels as if he's at war with his own body.
Now more like Jeffrey Belly. How do you see Fresh Prince Kenya? I don't think she can.
They've really gone further, because when they dropped the Injury Reserve self-titled album a couple of years ago, I think they quite impressively married like traditional hip hop and rap structures with their own brand of off-kilter, kind of abstract left-leaning hip hop, and now they've lent completely into the realm of abstract and impressionist. So uneasy. I mean, well, that's continued this trend from the first couple of songs of just the instrumental is so murky and clunky in the best kind of way, and it really is really I don't know the word to describe it, but it keeps you on edge in the best possible way, because I think that music is such like an emotive thing, and that can be a wide range of emotions, and this is the emotion that they're going for, that I'm at least getting from it. In terms of the lyrics so far, they are the most I would say abstract I've ever heard Injury Reserve so far. So next song is Footwork in a Forest Fire, which is an amazing name for a song. Oh, Groggs, man. He said, "Panic in the skies, it's panic in the sky. Worse down below, there's nowhere to go." That's fucked up. That is, especially after, taken into context his passing now, and him writing these things that sound like he was, I don't know, obviously there's poetic license and stuff, but sounding like in a place of there's no escape. Panic in the skies is, I don't know, maybe an allusion to death. Panic being that, there's nothing there. And then him saying it's worse down below, existing, life can be very hard, especially when you're dealing with like mental health issues and stuff. So feeling like that, where you're trapped, and he's saying you better run and hide, there's nowhere to go. That's some deep shit. Look to the sky, look down below, watch where you go, you know what you know, you know what you know. Stop, drop, and roll. This I'm actually getting goosebumps from this. I'm getting such a crazy mix of emotions just from halfway through this song. I'm getting goosebumps. I think it's amazing, but I also feel like I want to cry. And it's exciting and it's energizing. There's so many different emotions packed into this song. This is genuine. I think that they have pushed themselves even further beyond what people thought of it. I'm only 4 songs in, I know, but like this isn't hip hop. This is, I don't know what to call this. Oh man, that song was genuinely amazing. I can't remember the last time I felt such a different mix of emotions listening to one 3-minute track. That was like, I don't think I've ever heard anything like that. Okay, so the next track is Ground Zero.
Yeah, Ground Zero with a stiff arm, a few lyrics. Zero really good. We just touched down. We just touched down. Ground Zero.
I don't know what it is about this instrumental already, but it sounds like the musical equivalent of just the concept of impending doom. It's so dark and brooding.
Clean up, you leave those niggas out. Nigga, I do know some. I leave those niggas. Be ground. Yeah. I seen these niggas with goggles on my cop those too. We at Ground Zero with it. Hold it down. Seen the cops.
I am genuinely scared by this song. Oh man, so many of these songs are making me feel uneasy, but there's so much to these instrumentals. There's such a specific aesthetic and mix of emotions that they're getting across, and that's before even looking at the lyrics. So much of it is murky, and it's the vocals are like kind of buried in the mix. Again, it sounds intentional. So obviously you can't pick up everything they're saying on the first listen, but just from getting the vibe of some of the things that they're saying, this is a very very heavy and dark album. This is even halfway through, this is already the type of album that you're not gonna listen to it every day, you know, and just bump it. It's a heavy listen. Next track is Smoke Don't Clear. Do you know what? Richie with a T sounds. He doesn't even sound like himself on most. Like in this little intro section, he sounds like Bruiser Wolf from Danny Brown's label. Nah, this nigga sounds demonic. Again, I fucking love that shit. I love, you know, dark, crazy, abstract hip hop, but after I finish filming this reaction, I'm going to put on the biggest comfort movie ever because this is making me feel so uneasy. It's ridiculous. But I don't know. Stop playing. Smoke don't clear. Stop playing. I've got fucking chicken goosebumps all over my. This shit is like genuinely on another level. I think this is some. I genuinely think already like this is some of the best shit that Injury Reserve have ever put out. Again, I don't even know what to say at this point. It's just, this is a different level, I swear. Next song is Top Picks for You.
See your shit still happening. Yeah. I felt lost, still in place, algorithm still in action. As I scrolled.
Oh my days, man, this fuck. Oh, so I think just reading the lyrics now, this is like the most overt reference to Groggs' passing. Richie T has said, I felt lost, but a hole like this, I never could have imagined. Your pattern's still in place, algorithm still in action. As I scroll through, I still see a piece of you, it still reacting. As I drove through, I still see pieces on the street of glass, still immortalized from the things that happened, turn fragments and then a figment I can only imagine. Obviously, you know, I've been very lucky enough to have never experienced grief like this, where it's like a, you know, close family member or friend passing. I'm very grateful for that. But just to hear it explored in this kind of way and aesthetic is, I think, like really, really powerful and moving.
Shit, I would have seen you watching and just laughed at. Your patterns are still in place and your algorithm is still in action.
So that was the most overt reference to Groggs' passing, and, you know, Richie detailing how he's working through it and dealing with it. I think that song was like genuinely amazing. Like, I think it was like one of the most powerful songs I've heard all year. So the next song is Wild Wild West.
Can you hear me now? Is this thing on? Can you hear me?
Talking about 5G towers. You know, this instrumental reminds me of Death Grips, Niggas on the Moon, the Powers That Be Part 1, the super glitchy, chopped up Bjork samples, and it sounds like the song never quite starts. It reminds me of that.
We putting towers up everywhere. 5G.
Towers up everywhere. Why are they talking about 5G towers?
Same color, exploding walkers moving. God stop with the crime, stop with 5G and smoke trooping. All the roof
That one was quite strange. I mean, it was just talking about 5G towers and Willy Wonka and Buzz Lightyear. That was the most I don't know moment of the album. Next song is Postpostpartum. I like that. I'm birthing these niggas, all these lowercase t's, Richie with a T. This instrumental sounds like a punk band playing a gig from hell. Again, this album is so, sonically, thematically, and emotionally consistent. It's the again, like I mentioned earlier, it's not the kind of album that you're going to just play over and over again, but you'll sit down every so often and just take it all in one go. So the next song is Knees, which is the other single that dropped, which I've heard already. So the next song is the final song, and it's By Storm. That's some shoegaze shit.
It's really pouring. It's really pouring. We got caught.
It rains, it pours, but damn nigga, it's really pouring. We got caught by a storm, nigga. We ain't even know it. That obviously, when it rains, it pours. When you're dealing with something, it can feel like the end of the world. But having this grief is not just the rain; it's the storm. It's something beyond your imagination. I guess that's why he's saying we didn't even know. Like we couldn't have even imagined this feeling. Oh man. So that was the album. You know what? I shouldn't. You know what? I don't think I prepared myself for this album. I'm recording this at literally before 11 a.m. in the morning. Like, I was not emotionally ready for that album. That was, it was amazing, and it's so emotive and expressive and, unique and abstract, experimental, of course, but it conjures such a mix of emotions that by the time you get to the end of it, you are kind of emotionally drained. And I think I think they know that with the content of the lyrics and how they've made the whole thing sound. It's first and foremost an emotional experience. So this is not a casual listen. This is not slap 5 tunes onto my playlist, hit shuffle. It's not anything like that. This is one whole all-encompassing body of work that is hard to listen to. Like, it's some of the best albums I like that, where, if you compare it to movies, like some of the best movies are hard to watch, but they are, some of the best movies ever made. I think that's the same with albums. But yeah, that shit was powerful. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to have a coffee, have a nice little lie down, watch some cartoons, something just to make me feel a bit better. But yeah, those are my thoughts on this new Injury Reserve album. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Make sure to like, subscribe, dong the bell, and I will see you next time. That shit was hard, man. That was actually really hard.